All right, let's dive into the fascinating world of stigma and its impact on mental health. Picture this: you're at a party chatting with friends, and the topic of mental health comes up. Suddenly, you notice a shift in the atmosphere. People start whispering, avoiding eye contact, or even changing the subject altogether. What just happened? That, my friend, is the psychology of stigma at play. Stigma, in simple terms, is an unfair and negative belief or attitude that society holds towards a certain group of people. When it comes to mental health, stigma often rears its ugly head. It's like this invisible monster that lurks in the shadows, ready to pounce on anyone who dares to speak openly about their struggles. Now, how does stigma affect people? Well, imagine you're dealing with anxiety or depression. You muster up the courage to share your experiences with someone, hoping for support and understanding. But instead, you're met with judgment, ignorance, or dismissive comments like, just snap out of it, or you're just seeking attention. Ouch, right? These reactions can make you feel invalidated, alone, and even more reluctant to seek help. But it doesn't stop there. Stigma also affects society as a whole. When mental health issues are stigmatized, it creates barriers to seeking treatment. People may feel ashamed or afraid to reach out for help, leading to a cycle of suffering in silence. This can have serious consequences, such as increased rates of suicide, substance abuse, and overall poor mental well-being. Let's look at a few examples to really bring this to life. Imagine a teenager struggling with self-harm. Due to the stigma surrounding mental health, they may be hesitant to talk to their parents or friends about it. They might fear being labelled as crazy or being seen as attention-seeking. As a result, they suffer in silence, potentially worsening their situation and missing out on the support they desperately need. Another example is the workplace. If an employee opens up about their mental health challenges, they might face discrimination or be passed over for promotions. The fear of being judged or even losing their job can lead to increased stress and anxiety, further impacting their mental well-being. Let's delve deeper into the topic of stigma and mental health. Imagine this scenario. You're scrolling through social media and you come across a post where someone shares their struggles with depression. Instead of offering support or empathy, you notice a barrage of comments dismissing their experience, labeling them as weak, or even suggesting that they're just seeking attention. This is a prime example of the harmful impact of stigma. Stigma can manifest in various ways, from subtle microaggressions to overt discrimination. It can be perpetuated by societal norms, media portrayals, and even our own subconscious biases. This creates an environment where individuals with mental health conditions are afraid to speak up, fearing judgment, rejection, or being treated differently. Let's explore some specific examples to illustrate this further. Imagine you're a student in high school and you're struggling with anxiety. You notice that your classmates often make jokes about mental health issues, using terms like crazy or psycho casually. This creates a hostile environment, making it incredibly difficult for you to seek help or even express your feelings openly. The fear of being ridiculed or ostracized prevents you from reaching out for support, potentially exacerbating your anxiety. In another scenario, consider a person who has recently been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. They gather the courage to disclose their condition to their family, hoping for understanding and support. However, instead of receiving empathy, they face skepticism and disbelief. Their own loved ones may question the validity of their diagnosis, attributing their behaviour to mere mood swings or attention seeking. This invalidation can be deeply hurtful and isolating, making it harder for the person to navigate their condition and find the necessary resources. Stigma also affects access to treatment and support services. Many individuals with mental health conditions avoid seeking professional help due to the fear of being labelled as crazy or weak. They might worry about the impact it could have on their personal relationships, employment prospects, or even insurance coverage. This reluctance to seek help can delay diagnosis, hinder recovery, and perpetuate a cycle of suffering. So what can we do to combat stigma? It starts with education and awareness. By learning about mental health conditions, understanding their complexities, and challenging stereotypes, we can create a more compassionate society. It's crucial to promote empathy and understanding, encouraging open conversations and active listening. Sharing personal stories and experiences can also humanize mental health issues, breaking down the barriers of stigma. Additionally, we must advocate for policies that protect the rights of individuals with mental health conditions. This includes equal access to healthcare, workplace accommodations, and anti-discrimination laws. By creating supportive environments both at home and in society, we can foster a sense of belonging and encourage individuals to seek the help they need without fear of judgment or reprisal. So, what can we do to combat this stigma? Education and awareness are key. By debunking myths, sharing personal stories, and promoting empathy, we can create an environment where mental health is treated with the same importance as physical health. It's essential to encourage open conversations, provide support systems, and advocate for policies that protect the rights of individuals with mental health conditions. Remember, we all have mental health, and it's okay to not be okay sometimes. Let's work together to break down the walls of stigma and create a society where everyone feels comfortable seeking the help they deserve.